Let me tell you about a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words are mine, mine, gimme, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his own city. 5 years old daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading right in top of the bunch. When he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's braced for unusual grades. 9, his parents pay for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and he ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is a mean to all ends. 14, solving complex math equations. 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops a complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocol. 17, he sells his vision, keeping a share, not an adult yet, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. And the world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks, shares, investment into a product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income just skyrockets. 22, he learns that truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then his life will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, and he makes the Forbes list, they're all applauding his name. 25, and his daddy told him, listen here son, while you're still sitting in that palace, it doesn't mean that you won. 26, his business shifts, he switches businesses to arms. 26, stealing nuclear shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bottom his seat. 29, and he's the roller council president suite. And now he's 30. His dad says, son, you lose in a race. You're just a servant to the king. You're not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders to export out of Cuba. 32, moving grounds, growing kilos and tons. He's 33 for building warehouse with powder and guns. 34, turn for nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket. 35, and he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. He had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, this promotion is demonic. 38, with the prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up in a silver spoon when chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. His daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. He makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words mine, mine, gimme, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside of a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code instead of the land of the free. Put your hands inside the cookie jar and take more than you need. And he's an exaggerated example of me. And it's a version of him. And it's a version of she. And it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. We all live, it's parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertaining. It's not entertainment. This is real life. We live in lunacy. Community, it declines. We hyperpolarize, we're fighting and we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we design. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. And they all come from people's ideas. Did I mention that border's an invention? Law and orders feel the tension that lead to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains, but instead if we teach kids in schools to be sheep and then put themselves before the herd, if there's more money for meat, then there's no future that I see where humans survive. We're all parasites inside of a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow on the surface when consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. 45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair. He's drinking again. He has everything that he wants. He's got fortune, fame. Such a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. And here's the words of his father. It's such a damn shame. And then he presses on the trigger of a money game.